Hey there, my name is Lesia and I am a professional English teacher with international experience. I worked in countries such as Switzerland, France, the UAE, and I am a big language enthusiast. I love English. So, one of my greatest hobbies these days is watching podcasts in English. And I think that I'm not alone. I still cannot believe that we live in the time when we can be present during talks between two top professionals in their respective fields. Fields like health, science, biology, fitness, and many others. It is amazing. And I can't help but notice that those people like Andrew Huberman, Rich Roll, Joe Rogan, Lex Friedman, and many other superhumans are using awesome, amazing vocabulary that I have never come across before. So the thing is that I have never heard this type of language in movies and episodes, because usually we teachers recommend to watch TV shows, movies like on Netflix in English, but I realized that all those movies and TV shows, they have a script written by a person. So in a way, it is artificial. But those are the podcasts are live. They show us language that is literally alive, and those people are top professionals. They are super successful, and their language is used really masterfully. So I invite you to explore that language, and I hope it will boost your learning journey, and it will help you enrich your English vocabulary. Each week, we are going to look into 3 aspects of those podcasts. First, amazing vocabulary used by the guest and the interviewer. Second, we're going to look into some scientific terms that have been explored. And third, we're going to look at some most fascinating points, according to me, and I hope that they will be useful for you as well. Some fascinating points that were made in this or that episode. So, without further ado, we're going to discuss the first episode. Yay! And the first episode I chose is the one made by Andrew Huberman, the one and only, the most handsome. Oh, okay, I don't want to offend anyone else, so I'm sorry. I love all the podcasters. Lex, you're very cute. So, the episode on alcohol. Let's start with new vocabulary. The first one is going cold turkey. When I heard this one, I was like, what? Going cold turkey? What does it mean? So, here it is. It means stop drinking alcohol as a habit abruptly. So, for instance, there is a person who drinks alcohol on regular basis, like every day, maybe has even a problem with it, and then decides to stop. And the next day, he or she stops and quits drinking, basically. So this is going cold turkey. And in the episode about alcohol, Andrew emphasizes that going cold turkey may be really dangerous for alcoholics. So people who are alcoholics, according to Andrew and scientific research, medical practice, they should not do it because it's a huge stress for the body. So they should, of course, consult professionals, be supervised, etc. So, but for us, like people who drink alcohol from now and then, I mean, going cold turkey is just means stop drinking, quit drinking, and not consume alcohol at all, right? Not gradually. The second vocabulary item is allure. So Andrew addresses many myths in terms of alcohol. So allure is a myth. So here Andrew is talking about it. The third item on our list is without going too much in the rabbit hole and just giving you some good rule of thumb. So without going too much in the rabbit hole, it means without going too much in details. And a rule of thumb is a broadly accurate guide or principle based on practice rather than theory. So let me expand on that a little bit. So what Andrew does, as he mentions in the beginning, at the beginning of his episodes, that he provides scientifically based tools for everyday life, tools people could use to improve their health, mental health, performance, fitness, etc. So he does go into details, but sometimes he tries to make it as accessible as possible, and he provides these practical tools. So this is what a rule of thumb is. And last but not least, in terms of vocabulary, is the following: acute exposure versus chronic exposure to alcohol or to anything else. So acute exposure to something, it means when you are exposed to alcohol once. I mean, rarely. This is acute. So basically, when a person drinks once a month or does anything else like once a month, exposure to cold, for instance, cold baths, ice baths, and showers, acute. When you do something once, rarely, versus chronic. So chronic, we all know what it means. Regularly, yeah, something that often happens. Next on our list are scientific terms. When I hear them, I feel that I skipped too many biology lessons in high school. Anyways, so Andrew talks about hypothalamus and the influence of alcohol and hypothalamus, how it is involved into this alcohol metabolism by the body. So hypothalamus is a small collection of neurons about the size of a large gumball that sits above the roof of your mouth. So here is Andrew talking about it. Now let's take a look. So what role does it play in the alcohol consumption and its influence on our body? So now we will take a look at one of the points that were made in this episode and that were so impressive. So people talk about how alcohol may relax your body, relax your nervous system, give you this sensation of being relaxed. Andrew mentions that it's not true, actually. Alcohol does not relax you, especially strategically in the long run. It has bad influence on your stress levels. So the first point that was very surprising to me is that people who drink regularly experience changes in hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis that result in more cortisol, stress hormone, being released at baseline. Baseline, it means our normal stress levels when they are not drinking. So people feel more stressed and more anxiety when they aren't drinking. Yeah, I know. Second scientific term that I found very interesting is the phenomenon of hormesis. So it means that if we are regularly exposed to a toxin, it makes us stronger. Andrew emphasizes that alcohol, it's not the case for alcohol. Alcohol does not make us stronger in any way. So it leads to alcohol use disorder. So people become alcoholics when they are regularly exposed to alcohol. Whereas hormesis is something like exposure to cold through ice baths. So this indeed can make us stronger and boost our immune system and give us many other benefits like slow, gradual release of dopamine throughout the day if you do the cold baths, ice bath in the morning, etc. So this is hormesis, but this is not the case of alcohol. Alcohol as a toxin does not make us stronger. So next we have two more interesting points to go. So one of the facts mentioned by Andrew was really striking, and I haven't been drinking for 3 years now, and I find benefits of alcohol-free life amazing. I feel great, and I think it's one of the most important things that I've done for my health, my well-being overall. But when I was drinking, and of course I enjoyed like alcohol in a way, like drinking some wine now and then, and in a way it's normal. But I was thinking that I took pride in the fact that I'm not smoking. And Andrew said that ingesting 10 to 15 grams of alcohol a day, and 10 to 15 grams means 1 beer or 1 glass of wine, is the same as smoking 10 cigarettes a day. And it's terrifying in a way, because it's like even drinking wine seems so noble. Like in France, people do it every day. So basically, if you don't smoke but you do drink, and you think like, oh wow, I'm so cool, I'm not smoking, I don't have this habit, and I'm better than like smokers. So I guess now it shatters this type of perception. So alcohol does I think like same or even more damage, so it depends on how much you drink. Anyways, crazy, very terrifying, surprising, and interesting. And I would love to finish with the fact that I learned from Andrew, the fact about how alcohol influences our hormones and DNA. So basically, there is a toxin in alcohol that is called acetaldehyde. And because of this toxicity of acetaldehyde and the related pathways, alcohol can alter DNA, like gene expression, and it is associated with a significant increase in cancer risk, in particular breast cancer in women. So there's from 4 to 13 increase in risk of breast cancer for every 10 grams of alcohol consumed per day. So basically, yeah, it is something I was not aware of, and it was very interesting to learn from Andrew. I really hope that this episode was useful to you, and I invite you to watch the whole podcast on alcohol made by Andrew. He does it in a very masterful way in terms of language, in terms of scientific research, and practical advice that he provides us with.